So this week I'd like to tackle a subject that I have kind of tackled before, but in a bit more detail. That's charting. I did a live chart thing maybe, I don't even know, 6 months ago, where I just had to learn some songs and I thought that I'd just chart them live and then put it out there, which I did, and people seemed to really like it, but I thought that I would just do a more concise version of that, basically. And yeah, so I'm just going to show you exactly how I chart, basically. It is the crux of how I learn songs quickly. If anyone saw, I did a live stream the other day where I was just, I'd found around about 300 charts that I did over maybe a 2-year period. I'm not even sure it was that long. It may have been a year and a half. And yeah, I just thought, let me talk you through what I do, what I did, how I've learned to do that, why I do what I do, take what you want, leave what you want. Hopefully it will help you. I know that some people, in fact, I literally just, this is pure coincidence, I just saw a great drummer called Adam Stanley just put up an Instagram post, and in it was his version of his charts, and he said that it helped watching the video that I'd done before, and his look awesome. I'm not being funny, they look like a piece of art. So anyway, I thought, well, that's fate, I'm meant to be doing this. So I'm just going to do this sort of mock chart on my iPad here. I'm not endorsed by them or nothing like that. Would be great to be, but this iPad Pro thing is literally life-changing. It just makes all my charts digital. It means that I can have them wherever I am. Any chart I've ever written is in here, which is great because I've scanned most of them in. I'm still in the process, but yeah, let's not talk about that. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's actually get charting. So yes, right. So first thing, when I first hear a song, and bear in mind I do this so that I can just listen to a song once and then I can play it. It's great for recording. I use it every day for when I'm recording in the studio. It's great for learning new songs for gigs, and either I can use the chart on the gig if that's appropriate, or if not, it just makes it easier to visualise. I'm a very visual learner, so to visually see the structure of a song, it just helps me a lot. So yeah, as well as playing it and listening to it, and yeah, it all adds up. So first thing you're going to do, the title of the song. Very simple. Okay, so let's call it This Great Song. Okay, this great song. You will be seeing a lot of the top of my head, so enjoy that. Okay, so let's say it starts off with an intro. I will write down intro. I will also write down what the intro is being played by if the drums are not in straight away, so let's say guitar. And then I'll write the amount of bars that I've counted, so it'll be, let's say, 4 bars. And then going into a verse, and that's when the drums come in. Let's say that that's what happens. I will draw a star wherever the drums come in. Now, let's say that actually that's not how it goes. And let's say that it's all in, everyone straight in. Let's say it's that. Okay, so if everyone's all in, what I'll do is put stars at the top, either side of the title, which means, okay, the drums are starting. Whether everyone else is in at the same time, I'll show you how I do that. But let's say that I'm counting in with a fill, and then it's all in, all guns blazing. What I'll do is, let's say, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Okay, let's say, just on the last beat, it's gaga boom boom ga dum dum ga. So these are stick clicks. 1, 2, 3, da da dum. I should say 40, and all of this charting is based on actual real notation, so it is good to learn that, but this is more like a roadmap, so this is not got to be super specific, super accurate. What it needs to be is something that you understand, so that when you glance at it, you know where you're at, you know what's coming up, you know what to play, blah 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 blah. So let's say that. So 1, 2, 3, gada boom, gat dum. I know that I'm going at this speed, and that's how this song is starting. I can guarantee you it's going to go to about 7 different places when I sort of sing the song, as it were. But anyway, right, so let's, oh, hello. Let's say that that is, and then we go into the intro, and it's all in, and it's 4 bars, and then we're going into a verse. Okay, so that's how I would count in everything coming in. Let's say that it's just the drums by itself. Okay, so I'm still going to leave the stars at the top because I know that I am straight in. It's all, I'm in. We're only talking about me right now. I'm not a self-centered person, I promise. And what I would do in that situation is I would take out the stick clicks because I ain't counting nobody in. So let's just do that. Alright, so I can just start whenever I want. 1, 2, 3. And I might even put here drums only, just so that I don't freak out about the fact that it's just me for 4 bars. So okay, let's go with that. Oh, another good thing that I like to do if I can't. So the way that I remember the tempo of a song is, because 99.9% of songs that I play have lyrics. I'd say that that might even be a conservative estimate. I don't play a lot of jazz, in fact very rarely, so which is great because I don't know what it is. Lyrics is the way that I remember songs. That's just me, it's how I'm wired, I'm happy with it. So what I'll do is I will write down, if the title doesn't reflect the song's main lyrics to me, or if there's a different hook that reminds me of the song, I'll put this at the top here. This great song, I don't remember how that one goes, but if I go, this great song is amazing, it's like, oh, it's that one. This is why I'm not a songwriter. Yeah, so, yeah, what I'll do is I'll put a different, like, part of the lyrics up there. Failing that, I will put a tempo, and depending on the gig, I generally, yeah, depending on the gig, I will put a tempo anyway. So I reckon, let's just say that that's 60 BPM. I'm hazarding a guess. It might be a tad faster, but anyway, let's say 60 BPM. So I just put all this stuff at the top, or maybe it's like a shuffle, so I'll put a shuffle up there just to remind me, okay, don't play this straight, it's a shuffle. So I know this is a lot of information, but it does make a lot of sense to me at least. Anyway, let's move on. So let's say we're going into the verse, and let's say that so when I listen to a song, I generally go with my instinct. So if this intro is on the hats and the snare, I'm probably not going to write anything because that kind of makes sense to me, and you know, depending on the song, like I say. Let's say that the verse goes down to a cross stick, you know, bring it right down. That does feel natural, but it's also something that I should remember because it's you know, it could be anything. So what I'll do is I'll go, right, we're playing on the rim now. This is whilst this is playing. Okay, cool. So that's a cross stick. And let's say that the verse is 8 bars long. This is going to be the weirdest song ever, by the way. 8 bars long, but after 4 bars, so on the 5th bar, it goes to the snare. So let's say 4, but it's still the verse plus 4 snare. In fact, I don't write that. I write that. Okay. So, and then goes a fill into the chorus, let's say. Now, if it's a very specific fill, I will write it down. If it's kind of a general, again, basically, if it's something that I feel naturally, then I won't write it down because I know that I'll just play that because that's my natural inclination. If it's not, then I will write it down. So let's say that it is, I know, so just a blah. Let's say that it's that. So a flam, oh, let's write it like actually right. So it's an accent and it's on the 4. So that, what I do is I put that, in fact I put that bar 4, beat 4, and it's going I know it's going over the bar, but that tells me that it's going into the next section, which is a chorus, and let's say that that's on the ride, and that is for 8 bars, and then we're into the ride, and we're all having fun, and it's awesome. Okay, so then let's say that there's a tag, which if it's still on the ride, I'm not going to write anything because nothing's changing really for me. It's just a section. I was going to say sectional thing. I'm pretty sure that's not a word. It's just a section thing. Just so I know where I'm at in my head when I know that the chorus has ended, or it's more that the lyrics have stopped, that I know that, oh, but this is the tag, so I know it's going to have 4 bars. Okay, let's say we go back to a verse. This time it's not on the rim or cross stick, which is logical to me in terms of a song structure, like in terms of building. But just to remind myself, then let me just put snare there, just so that I know, okay, this is the second verse. This means that it's going to be a bit more up. Okay, great. And that's going to be 8 bars. And then we go into a chorus again. That's for another, let's say, 8 bars. Now, let's say that we're going to go into a solo. Okay, so I'll write solo, but what I will notice is what section that solo is being played over. So for instance, if it's over a chorus, what I'll do is in brackets put chorus, because then I know, okay, I should be on the ride, I should be playing the accents or the feel of the chorus, or, you know, just supporting what's going on melodically or rhythmically. Obviously I'm the drummer. So support that, so I know that it's a solo over the chorus, which is 8 bars, and then we can go into the middle section, middle 8, which I always call a middle 8, but what I actually call it is a middle, and then however many bars it is. So let's say actually it's 16 bars, and so we'll go into that, and you know, where might that be? Toms. Okay, we're playing it on the toms, and again, if I don't know exactly what the beat is, then I will write something that reminds me of what it is. The fact that maybe there's no snare, so I will write no snare, so I know that it's just on the toms. Like, I know what that is, and I have certain things, certain go-to vibes that I know, okay, if I'm on the toms, that's what I'm going to do. And you got to bear in mind, there's still a melody involved, and there's still lyrics involved in my case to remember it. So if it's not something that is natural to me, then I'll write it down, but if it is, then I generally won't write it down. Again, it's a roadmap, so you want to have like just quick information that you can pick up, and then you're like, great, I know where I'm at, I know where we're going. Okay, let's say there's another double chorus, 16 bars, or how I actually would write it is probably 8 plus 8, because I'm more about sections. So I love sections. I know that that's twice round. I know there's 2 lots of 8. I know that's 2 lots of what we've been doing for the whole song. And then let's say that there's an outro. And then what do I do then? So let's say the outro is just 8 bars. Let's say that it's down to the rim. I don't know why, but who knows. And then let's say that at the very end there's a rip, so it slows down, like a fill that slows down. In fact, let's take away that. In fact, no, let's not. So I might say rip over the bar, which means going into the next bar, and let's say that it's a simple, and that you'd imagine that there's a fill there. There you go, just a crest. Gada boom. Okay, cool, great. Let's say that for some reason, I don't know why you'd want to do this because it doesn't make sense to me at least. Let's say that you just want to choke that. Okay, add an accent. Cool. Or let's say that you want to do like a so that's what that would mean to me, at least. And let's say at the very end of that, you'd like a little accent of, you know, like okay, so that's that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so I know that this is a lot of information, but this is how I write my roadmaps. This is how I learn songs quickly. Then what I will do after this is I will get hold of a highlighter, and then I will sort of like highlight the key things. So for instance, the fact that it starts with that is really important to me. The fact that it's drums only, do not freak out. There's no one else playing, I know, it's all fine. And then this fill here, because that's unusual and not natural, maybe even the fact that it goes to the snare. I would probably keep the rest of it pretty empty in terms of, for the middle eight, I definitely highlight the fact that it's toms and no snare drum. And I would definitely do this. Oh, that's another thing I forgot. So when it's the end of the song, I will do that. That's just my personal thing. That means, hello, the song is done, you are done. I'd highlight that as well. Yeah, so that is a basic idea of how I do my charts. In fact, we'll highlight the stars as well. It's always good to know where you're starting. Yeah, so this is my basic chart. This is what I do. Like I say, any song that I learn, I do this. Even when I'm doing tours, so with Kim, I will always start out writing charts so that I have a visual representation of the song. I also know it audibly, and then obviously playing it. I'm all about ways of learning. I've looked into that a lot over the years, and it's all about having as many different sensory ways of learning. I think just really helps with your embodiment of anything, really. So this is my way, this is my visual way. I have the listening to it, which is the audible way, and then the actual playing, which is like the kinesthetic way. Oh, yeah, is that the right word? Yeah. And yeah, between all of that, that is the quickest way, I think, to learn. It's the most all-encompassing, and the charting thing really helps. And as I say, even if you get to a situation where it's literally, hi Emily, can you come do this gig tonight? I know that I can write 20 charts, 40 charts in a day, just learning songs. I can rock up at the gig and I can play the gig. And I'm not saying that it will be the best playing in the world. I'm not saying that, it won't be embodied in me in the same way. However, I know that I can get the job done. And that is, this is such a huge part of my toolbox, if you like, of tools to play gigs, basically. So I hope that this helps you. I hope that you can find your own system that works. Use mine as a starting point. Create your own thing. You know what I mean? It's so personal. It's just things that work for you, and it's things that remind you of the right things to play and make you feel comfortable. I know if I have a chart there, I'm safe as houses. I just need to read it. It's a safety thing for me, and ideally I wouldn't use it, but I know that if I need to, the job will get done, which is great and very important. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and yeah, I'll be back next week with another subject. And yeah, I'll tell you what, message me and show me your charts. I love seeing other people's charts. It's fascinating to me. I think it's a real I think it's a real insight in someone's creative process. So yeah, please do send them to me. I'd love to see them. And yeah, if you have any other questions, either leave them in the comments or go to adrummersguide2.com and you can put them on there. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you next week. Hope you guys are well. Bye!